Lieutenant Taho Kim stared at his screen. The numbers were wrong. They had to be. "Sir, I'm seeing something strange," he called to the empty room. His voice echoed in the small space station that orbited Neptune, the farthest human outpost from Earth. For 3 years, Taho had watched the endless darkness of space. Nothing ever happened here. Until today. The signal came again, a flash of energy that didn't match any known pattern. Taho tapped his communication badge. "Commander Park, I need you to see this." 5 minutes later, Commander Joyun Park floated into the monitoring room. Her face was serious, with dark eyes that missed nothing. "What am I looking at, Lieutenant?" she asked. "These energy readings." Taho pointed to the screen. "They started 3 hours ago. They don't match any human ship. They don't match anything." Joyun leaned closer. "Have you run all the tests?" "Yes, sir. Twice." Taho pulled up another screen. "And there's something else. The pattern repeats, but with small changes. Like it's scanning us." Joyun's eyes widened. "You think it's alive. You think it's alien." The word hung in the air between them. Alien. Humans had searched space for signs of intelligent life for centuries. They had found nothing. "I think we need to tell Earth," Taho said quietly. Joyun nodded and moved to the communication station. She sent an urgent message to the United Defense Command on Earth. The reply came an hour later. "Continue monitoring. Probably sensor malfunction. Replace equipment and report again if problem persists." Ji-yeon read the message aloud, her voice tight with anger. "They don't believe us." "But sir, the readings." "I know, Lieutenant." She sighed. "Keep watching. Record everything. I'll try again tomorrow." That night, Taho couldn't sleep. He returned to the monitoring room and stared at the screens. The strange signals continued. He began to notice a pattern. "They're collecting data," he whispered to himself. But what kind of data? As if in answer, his personal tablet beeped. A message from his sister on Earth. "Mom's medical results came in today. All good. DNA scan shows no problems." Taho froze. DNA scan. Biological data. He turned back to the mysterious signals with new eyes. What if these weren't just random energy readings? What if something out there was scanning for biological information? Taho began a new analysis. He compared the signal patterns to known biological scanning methods. The match wasn't perfect, but it was close enough to make his heart race. Whatever was out there, it was looking for life. It was looking for humans. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. On the other side of the solar system, Chief Researcher Anka watched the data flow into the ship's computers. "Fascinating," she said to her team. "These creatures have such complex biological structures." The viewing screen showed images of Earth, captured from a safe distance, cities filled with millions of moving beings, oceans where life teemed in countless forms. "Their DNA is surprisingly adaptable," said junior researcher Turka. "But their brains show unusual activity patterns." Anka nodded. "The Council was right to send us here. These beings are unlike any we studied. They seem chaotic." Turka observed. "Look at their social structures. They fight. They build weapons. They damage their own planet." "Yes," Anka agreed. "The Council calls them monsters for these reasons, but they also create art. They care for each other. They explore space despite their limitations." The main computer chimed. "We have enough initial data. The Council awaits our report." Anka turned to her team. "Tell them we have found the perfect subjects for our study, and begin preparations for the next phase." "Biological sampling?" Turka asked. "Yes," Anka confirmed. "We will create copies, perfect replicas for study. The monsters will never know we were here." On her screen, the faces of countless humans flashed by. The Allin's computers selected the most suitable subjects. Among them was the face of Dr. Sun Wuhan, who had just finished her groundbreaking work on the neurological basis of human emotions. Anka had no way of knowing that this particular human would change everything the Allin thought they knew about life in the universe. In the darkness of space, the massive Allin ships moved silently toward Earth. The monsters would soon meet their makers. Dr. Sun Wuhan yawned as she locked her lab door. It was past midnight, but her work on human emotions had kept her late again. She walked to her car, too tired to notice the strange light in the sky above her. As she reached her car, a soft humming filled the air. Sunwoo looked up just as a beam of blue light surrounded her. She tried to scream, but no sound came out. Then everything went black. She woke up in a white room. The walls glowed softly. There was no door that she could see. "Hello," she called. Her voice sounded strange, muffled. A wall slid open. A tall figure stepped in. It looked almost human, but not quite. Its skin was pale blue. Its eyes were too large, with no whites, just deep purple color from edge to edge. "You are awake," the creature said. Its mouth didn't move. The words just appeared in Sunwoo's mind. "Who are you? Where am I?" Sunwoo backed away until she hit the wall. "I am Anka. You are on our research vessel. We have chosen you for study." Sunwoo's heart pounded. "Alien abduction. That's not real." "We are very real, Dr. Han. We are the Allin. We study life forms across the galaxy." Sunwoo noticed more figures watching from behind Anka. They all looked similar, tall, blue-skinned, with those large purple eyes. "Why me?" she asked. "Your work on emotion interests us. Allin do not have emotions as you understand them. We wish to learn more." Before Sunwoo could ask another question, a mist filled the room. She felt dizzy, then fell unconscious again. When she next woke, she was strapped to a table. Strange machines hummed around her. She turned her head and saw other tables. Other humans lay on them, all asleep. On her right was a man with a kind face. A small screen above him showed his name. Dr. Kunki Lee, quantum physicist. Sunwoo pulled at her restraints, but they held tight. A door opened, and Anke entered with another Allin. "The collection is complete, Turka. Begin the copying process." "Copying process?" Sunwoo kept still, pretending to be asleep. "Yes, Chief Researcher," said Turka. "But I must note again that the emotional centers of their brains are much more complex than we expected. That is why we study them. The Council believes their emotions make them dangerous and unpredictable. Monsters, they call them." "And you, Anka, what do you believe?" There was a pause. "I believe there is much to learn. Begin the process." Sunwoo felt a sharp pain in her arm. She couldn't help but gasp. Anka turned to her. "You are awake. Good. You may observe. It will not hurt for long." A machine above Sunwoo began to glow. It scanned her body with a green light. Then, to her horror, a table rose from the floor next to her. On it, a body began to form, her body. "What are you doing?" she whispered. "Creating a copy. Perfect in every way. We will study it to understand humans better." Sunwoo watched as her copy took shape. First the skeleton, then organs, skin, and finally, hair. She looked exactly like Sunwoo, but asleep. "The copy will wake soon," Turka said. "All brain patterns have been transferred." "Good," Anka replied. "Return Dr. Han to sleep. The real specimens must not interfere with our study of the copies." As the mist filled the room again, Sunwoo had one last thought. If they copied her brain exactly, would her copy have her thoughts, her feelings? Would she know she was a copy? The copy's finger twitched. Its eyes moved beneath closed lids. It was dreaming. ******. Back on Earth, Lieutenant Taho Kim presented his findings to the United Defense Command. 17 people have disappeared in the past week, he said. All scientists, all leaders in their fields. Commander Julian Park stood by his side, and each disappearance was accompanied by the same energy signature we detected at the Neptune station. General Minho Kang frowned. "You believe aliens took these people?" "Yes, sir," Tahoe said firmly. "And they're still watching us." "For what purpose?" asked the general. Tahoe took a deep breath. "We think they're studying us, and possibly copying us." As he spoke, in the vast ship hidden behind Earth's moon, the first copies began to open their eyes. Copy Sunwoo opened her eyes. White walls surrounded her. She sat up slowly, touching her face, her arms. Everything felt real. "Hello, Copy Sunwoo," said a voice. She turned to see a blue-skinned creature watching her. Something in her mind said the name. Turka. "I am not a copy," she said. "I am Sun Wuhan." Turka tilted his head. "Interesting. You believe you are the original." "I am." But even as she said it, Copy Sunwoo felt doubt. Her last memory was locking her lab and walking to her car. Then, nothing. Just waking up here. "You were created 6 hours ago," Turka said. "The real Dr. Han is in another room." Copy Sunwoo felt something strange in her chest. A tightness, a pain that wasn't physical. She recognized it from her studies. Fear. "I want to see her," Copy Sunwoo demanded. "That is not allowed." Turka touched a screen on the wall. "We will begin testing now." The wall opened, and Copy Sunwoo found herself in a large room. Other humans, other copies, stood there too. They looked confused, just as she felt. A man approached her. "Dr. Han, is that you?" Copy Sunwoo studied him. "You're Dr. Lee. Hyun-Ki Lee." "Yes, but they say I'm not. They say I'm a copy." His voice shook. "They told me the same thing." Copy Sunwoo looked around. The Allin were watching from behind clear walls. "What are they doing to us?" Copy Hyun-Ki asked. "Studying us. Studying our emotions." As they spoke, the room changed. The floor shifted. Walls rose, creating a maze. Anka's voice filled the room. "Find your way out. Work together or alone. We will observe your choices." Copy Sunwoo and Copy Hyun-Ki looked at each other. "Stay with me?" she asked. He nodded. "Two minds are better than one." They moved through the maze. At each turn, they faced challenges, puzzles to solve, obstacles to climb. With each challenge, Copy Sunwoo felt more emotions rising inside her. Frustration, determination, satisfaction when they succeeded. "This is odd," Copy Hyun-Ki said after they solved a difficult math puzzle. "I feel happy that we did this together." "Is that normal?" "Yes." Copy Sunwoo smiled. "That's normal for humans." "But we're not humans. We're copies." Copy Sunwoo stopped walking. "What if that doesn't matter? What if we feel everything they feel?" Behind the observation wall, Anka and Turka watched with interest. "The copies are developing emotional responses faster than expected," Turka noted. "Yes," Anka replied. "They are forming bonds, helping each other. This was not programmed." "Could it be a flaw in the copying process?" "No. We copied their brains perfectly." Anka zoomed in on Copy Sunwoo's face. "I believe this is what humans call empathy. It appears to be helping them solve problems." At that moment, Copy Sunwoo and Copy Hyun-Ki reached the end of the maze. They were the first to finish. "Excellent work," Anka said through the speaker. "Return to your rooms for rest." As they were led away, Copy Sunwoo whispered to Copy Hyun-Ki, "There are more of us. If we can talk to them all, we could help each other." He finished her thought. Back in her room, Copy Sunwoo sat on her bed. New emotions filled her. Not just fear now, but something else. Something the Allin might never understand. Hope. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. That night, Turka reviewed the day's tests. Something troubled him. The copies were showing signs of independent thought. They were working together in ways the Allin had not predicted. He replayed the moment when Copy Sunwoo smiled at Copy Hyun-Ki. The brain scan showed a surge of activity in her emotional centers. The door opened and Anka entered. "I must report to the council," she said. "They want updates on the copies." "What will you tell them?" Terka asked. "The truth. The copies are perfect, too perfect. They have the monster's emotions." "Is that a problem?" Anka was silent for a moment. "The council will think so. They may order termination of all copies." Terka looked at the screen showing copy Sunwoo, now sleeping. "That would be unfortunate." "Careful, Terka," Anka warned. "You sound like you care about these copies." "I am simply interested in the research," he replied quickly. But as Anka left, Terka continued watching the sleeping copies. For the first time in his life, he felt something strange, something that might be an emotion. He made a decision. Before Anka's report reached the council, he would speak to Copy Sunwoo again. Copy Sunwoo woke to a soft tapping on her wall. She sat up, confused. "Do not speak," said a voice in her mind. "They are watching." The wall slid open slightly. Terka stood there, looking nervous. "Follow me," he thought to her. Quickly. Copy Sunwoo hesitated. Could she trust him? But what choice did she have? She slipped through the opening. "Why are you helping me?" she whispered. "The council has ordered all copies destroyed," Terka replied. "I disagree with this decision." Destroyed. Copy Sunwoo felt cold fear spread through her body. "Why?" "You are developing too fast, feeling too much. They fear what you might become." They moved through dark hallways. Terka's skin gave off a faint blue glow that lit their way. "We must get Copy Hunky and the others," Copy Sunwoo said. "I have already sent a message to his room. He will meet us." Sure enough, at the next corner, Copy Hunky waited for them. His eyes widened when he saw Terka. "Can we trust him?" he asked Copy Sunwoo. "I think we have to," she replied. Terka led them deeper into the ship. They passed rooms filled with strange equipment. Copy Sunwoo tried to memorize the way, but each hallway looked the same. "Where are the other copies?" Copy Hunky asked. "Most are here." Terka stopped at a large door. "This is the main lab." Inside, 20 more human copies stood in groups, looking scared. Copy Sunwoo recognized some faces from Earth's top scientists and researchers. "We don't have much time," Terka said. "Anka will notice you're missing soon." "What's your plan?" Copy Sunwoo asked. "I have none. I only knew I could not let them destroy you." Copy Sunwoo felt a strange warmth for this alien who risked everything to save them. Another emotion the Allin did not understand: gratitude. "We need to find the original humans," she said firmly. "Where are they kept?" Terka pointed to a door at the far end of the lab. "There, but they are in deep sleep." "Can you wake them?" "Yes, but..." Terka looked worried. "The ship will detect so much activity. We will be caught." Copy Hunky stepped forward. "Not if we create a distraction. Show me the ship's control systems." Terka hesitated, then nodded. He led Copy Hunky to a control panel, while Copy Sunwoo gathered the other copies. "Listen to me," she told them. "We are going to escape. But first we need to free our originals." "Are we really just copies?" asked a woman with sad eyes. "We have the same memories, the same feelings," Copy Sunwoo said. "Copy or not, we deserve to live." At the control panel, Copy Hunky worked quickly. His original had been a brilliant physicist. He had those same skills. "Ready," he called to Copy Sunwoo. "When I activate this, the ship's systems will think there's a breach in the outer hull. All Allin will go to that section." "Do it," Copy Sunwoo ordered. Copy Hunky pressed the controls. Alarms blared. Red lights flashed. Terka opened the door to where the original humans were kept. Copy Sunwoo rushed inside. On tables, just as she remembered, lay 20 humans. Her eyes found her original self, the real Dr. Sunwoo Han. It was like looking in a mirror. "Wake them," she told Terka. The alien pressed codes into a panel. The humans began to stir. The real Sunwoo opened her eyes. She looked up at her copy and gasped. "It's really true," she whispered. "They made copies of us." "Yes," Copy Sunwoo said. "And now we're all in danger. Can you walk?" The real Sunwoo nodded and sat up. Around them, the other humans were waking too, staring in shock at their copies. "We don't have time to explain everything," Copy Sunwoo announced to the confused group. "The Allin are going to destroy us. We need to escape." "There is a small transport vessel near here," Terka said. "I can operate it." "You're coming with us?" Copy Sunwoo asked. "I must. The Allin will exile me for this betrayal." Suddenly, the door slid open. Anka stood there, her purple eyes wide with anger. "Terka," she said, "what have you done?" Behind her, more Allin appeared. Copy Sunwoo stepped forward, placing herself between the Allin and the others. "We're leaving," she said. "All of us, copies and originals." "You cannot escape," Anka replied. But Copy Hyunki smiled. "Actually, we can." He pressed one final control. The lights went out. In the darkness, Copy Sunwoo felt someone grab her hand. It was Terka. His skin glowed enough to see his face. "This way," he said in her mind. "Follow me." The group moved through the dark hallways. The copies led their original humans, many of whom were still weak from their long sleep. Alarms blared all around them. "How far to the transport ship?" Copy Hyunki asked. "2 more sections," Terka replied. "Hurry." Behind them, they heard the Allin searching. Strange lights flashed as they tried to restore power. They reached a large door. Terka placed his hand on a panel. The door slid open to reveal a small ship. "Everyone inside," Copy Sunwoo ordered. The copies and humans crowded into the ship. It was meant for 10 Allin, not 40 humans. They packed in tightly. The real Sunwoo found herself pressed next to her copy. They looked at each other with strange feelings. "This is very weird," the real Sunwoo said. "Yes," Copy Sunwoo agreed. "But we can talk about it later, if we survive." Terka took the controls. His long blue fingers moved quickly over the panels. "I must override the security locks," he explained. "It will take a moment." "We don't have a moment," Copy Hyunki warned. "Look." Through the ship's windows, they saw Anka and several other Allin running toward them. "Terka, stop this madness." Anka's voice filled their minds. "Return the specimens and the copies. The council may show mercy." Terka didn't answer. He kept working on the controls. "Almost there," he muttered. The ship hummed to life. The door began to close just as Anka reached it. She thrust her arm through, trying to stop it. Copy Sunwoo rushed forward. She pushed Anka's arm back out. Their eyes met for a second before the door sealed shut. "Launch now," Copy Sunwoo shouted. The ship shot forward. Everyone was thrown backward as they sped through the hangar doors and into open space. Through the windows, they saw the massive Allin ship grow smaller behind them. No one spoke for several minutes. They had escaped, but to where? Earth. The real Sunwoo finally said, "We need to get back to Earth." "Yes," Terka agreed. "I have set course for your planet. We will arrive in approximately 6 hours." The real Sunwoo looked at her copy again. "So, you're me. I have your memories up until they took you," Copy Sunwoo said. "But I'm developing my own experiences now." Around them, the other humans and their copies were having similar conversations. Some looked frightened, others curious. A few seemed angry. "What happens when we get to Earth?" asked Copy Hyunki. "Will they accept us, or will they see us as threats, just like the Allin did?" No one had an answer. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. At Earth's Neptune station, Lieutenant Taho Kim was on duty when his screens lit up with an alert. "Unknown spacecraft approaching Earth," the computer announced. "Speed, very high. Origin, not in database." Tahoe immediately called Commander Joyen. "Sir, I think they're back," he said when she answered. "But this ship is different. Smaller. Could it be the missing scientists?" Joyen asked, her voice hopeful. "Maybe, or it could be the aliens themselves. I'll contact General Kang. We need a plan." Joyen paused. "And Tahoe, be careful. If these are the people we think were taken, they may not be the same anymore." Tahoe didn't know what she meant, but he felt a chill. "Yes, sir." He watched as the ship continued toward Earth. It would pass his station in less than an hour. Tahoe made a decision. He would try to contact the ship. "This is Lieutenant Tahoe Kim of Earth Space Command," he broadcast. "Unknown vessel, please identify yourself." For a long moment, there was silence. Then a voice came through. A human voice. "This is Dr. Sun Wuhan. We're coming home, Lieutenant. But we're not alone. And some of us aren't who you think we are." Tahoe frowned. What did that mean? Behind him, Commander Joyen entered the room with General Minho Kang. "They've responded," Tahoe told them. "It's the missing scientists, but they said something strange." "Play it back," ordered the general. As they listened to Sun Wu's message, the general's face grew dark. "Prepare for their arrival," he said grimly. "But be ready for anything." The small ship landed at a secret military base in the desert. Armed soldiers surrounded it as the door opened. First came the original humans, led by Dr. Sun Wuhan. Then came their copies, looking exactly like them. Last came Terka, his blue skin and large purple eyes causing the soldiers to raise their weapons. "Hold your fire," ordered General Kang, stepping forward. "Dr. Han, please explain." "This." Sun Wu looked tired. "General, this is complicated. The aliens, the Allin, took us to study humans. They made copies of us. Perfect copies with our memories, our knowledge, our feelings." The general stared at Copy Sun Wu, who stood beside the original. "And why is one of them with you?" "Turka helped us escape," Copy Sun Wu said. "The Allin wanted to destroy us when they realized we were developing emotions they couldn't control. The humans and copies were taken to separate buildings for medical checks and questions. Turka was placed under guard in a special room. Copy Hunky sat alone in a small room when Copy Sun Wu was brought to see him. "They'd been questioning me for hours," she said, sitting across from him. "Me too." Copy Hunky looked worried. "They want to know everything about the Allin, but I think they're more afraid of us than the aliens. We need to show them we're not a threat," Copy Sun Wu replied. Just then, the door opened. Lieutenant Tahoe Kim entered with Commander Jian Park. "I'm Lieutenant Kim," he said. "This is Commander Park. We were the first to detect the Allin ships." Copy Sun Wu studied Tahoe's face. Something about him seemed familiar, though she knew they had never met. "We need your help," Commander Jian said. "Our sensors show a large ship has entered Earth's orbit. We believe it's the Allin." "They've come for us," Copy Hunky whispered. In the command center, screens showed a massive ship hanging above Earth. General Kang, the real Sun Wu, Tahoe, Jian, and the copies gathered to watch. A message appeared on all screens worldwide. "Return our property. The copies and the traitor Terka must be surrendered." "They see us as property," Copy Sun Wu said angrily. Copy Hunky was studying the Allin ship on the screen. His eyes suddenly widened. "Wait," he said. "Look at their energy readings. The ship is damaged." "What do you mean?" asked General Kang. "The Allin ship is using too much power for basic functions. It's like..." Copy Hunky frowned. "It's like they're sick." Turka, who had been brought to the command center, stepped forward. "He is correct," the alien said. "The Allin are dying." Everyone turned to look at him. "What do you mean, dying?" the real Sun Wu asked. "Our species has lived too long with perfect logic and no emotion," Terka explained. "We no longer change or grow. Our population has been shrinking for centuries. So that's why you studied us." Tahoe said. You wanted to understand human emotions. Yes, Terka nodded. The council believed they could take human emotional responses and use them to save our species. By making copies of us, the real Sunwoo asked. The plan was to study the copies, then take the emotional centers from your brains and add them to our own biology. Terka admitted. But the copies would be destroyed in the process. Copy Sunwoo realized with horror. Yes, that is why I helped you escape. I came to believe it was wrong. General Kang looked grim. So now they want their property back to continue their plan. There's something else you should know, Copy Sunwoo said quietly. She looked at Tahoe. While they held us, I saw the files of humans they planned to copy next. You were on the list, Lieutenant. Tahoe looked shocked. You were marked as special interest because you detected their presence, she continued. They admired your perception skills. The real Sunwoo noticed something strange. Her copy kept glancing at Tahoe when she thought no one was looking. Was she developing feelings for him? We need to respond to their demand, General Kang said. I have an idea, Copy Sunwoo said, stepping forward. The Allin understand logic, not emotions. Let us negotiate with them. You, General Kang looked doubtful. Yes, the copies and Terka. We understand both sides. We might be the only ones who can prevent a war. The room fell silent as everyone considered her words. Finally, General Kang nodded. What do you propose? 3 days later, Copy Sunwoo, Copy Hunky, and Terka sat in a small ship heading toward the massive Allin vessel. Lieutenant Tahoe Kim piloted the ship while Commander Ji-yeon Park monitored communications. Are you sure about this? Tahoe asked, looking back at Copy Sunwoo. No, she admitted, but it's the best chance we have. They had spent the past days preparing their plan. The real Sunwoo had helped her copy understand the science of emotions. Copy Hunky had studied the Allin ship's weaknesses, and Terka had taught them Allin customs. We're approaching the entry point, Tahoe announced. A beam of light caught their ship, pulling it into the Allin vessel. The doors closed behind them with a heavy sound. Good luck, Ji-yeon said as they prepared to exit. Earth is counting on you. Copy Sunwoo nodded. She felt something new. Responsibility. Not just for herself or the other copies, but for all humans. As they stepped out, 10 Allin guards surrounded them. In the center stood Anka. Terka, she said, her voice cold in their minds. The council has named you a traitor. I accept their judgment, Terka replied calmly. And you? Anka turned to Copy Sunwoo and Copy Hunky. Our property returned at last. We are not property, Copy Sunwoo said firmly. We came to negotiate. Negotiate? Anka seemed surprised. You have nothing to offer. We understand you're dying, Copy Hunky said. We know why you need us. Anka was silent for a moment. Follow me. The council will hear you. They were led to a large round room. 7 Allin sat in high chairs, looking down at them. Their skin was paler than Terka's, almost white. Their eyes seemed dull. These are the copies who escaped, Anka announced, and the traitor Terka. We speak for ourselves. Copy Sunwoo stepped forward. We have a proposal for the Allin. The head of the council, a very old Allin, leaned forward. What could you possibly offer us? A better way, Copy Sunwoo said. You want to take our emotional capacity and add it to yourselves. But you don't understand emotions. You can't just take parts from our brains and expect them to work in yours. Our science is advanced beyond your understanding, the council head replied. But your understanding of emotions is not. Copy Hunky joined in. Emotions aren't just in brain tissue. They're in how we live, how we connect, how we learn. Copy Sunwoo took a step closer to the council. Instead of destroying copies to study them, why not learn from us? Why not let us help you develop emotions naturally? The council members looked at each other, communicating silently. This would take too long, One said finally. Our species is dying now. Then let us show you a different approach, Copy Sunwoo suggested. Let Turka be the first. He already shows signs of emotional development. All eyes turned to Turka. Is this true? Asked the council head. I feel things I cannot explain, Turka admitted. Concern for others. Doubt. Hope. A controlled evolution. Copy Hunky explained. We help your scientists understand how emotions work. You change your biology gradually, not all at once. The council was silent, considering this. Then suddenly, alarms blared. What is happening? Demanded the council head. And Allin rushed into the room. Earth vessels approaching. They are armed. On a screen, they saw Earth ships moving toward the Allin vessel. No, Copy Sunwoo cried. This wasn't the plan. A voice came over the communication system. It was General Kang. Release our people immediately, or we will open fire. The council members stood, angry. You tricked us. This was a distraction. No, Copy Sunwoo pleaded. We came in good faith. Anka stepped forward. I believe them. The copies show no signs of deception. It doesn't matter, said the council head. We will take what we need by force. The ship hummed as weapons systems activated. Copy Sunwoo looked desperately at Copy Hunky and Turka. Their plan was falling apart. Earth and the Allin were about to go to war. Wait, she shouted. There's something you don't understand about humans. The council paused. What is that? Asked the council head. When threatened, Copy Sunwoo said, her voice strong and clear, our emotions don't make us weaker. They make us stronger. Let me speak to General Kang, Copy Sunwoo demanded. Please. The council head nodded, and a communication line opened. General Kang, this is Copy Sunwoo. Stand down your forces. We are making progress here. We received no communication from you, the general replied. We thought you were captured. Our communications were blocked, Tahoe said, stepping forward. But we're safe. The copies are trying to find a peaceful solution. There was a long pause. You have 1 hour, the general finally said. Then we take action. The Earth ships moved back but remained ready to attack. Copy Sunwoo turned to the council. We don't have much time. Will you listen to our full proposal? The council members looked at each other, then nodded. We offer a true exchange, Copy Sunwoo said. Knowledge for knowledge. We help you understand emotions. You share your advanced science with Earth. And the copies? Asked Anka. We are not things to be used and thrown away, Copy Hunky said firmly. We will help, but as free beings with rights. The council whispered among themselves. There is another option, said the oldest council member. One that would be faster. What is that? Copy Sunwoo asked. Voluntary integration. Some of you join with some of us. Not by force, but by choice. The room went silent. You mean, combine our bodies? Copy Hunky looked shocked. No, explained Turka. Our minds. A sharing of consciousness. Copy Sunwoo considered this. Would both minds survive? Would we remain ourselves? Yes, said the council head. But change. You would gain our knowledge. We would gain your emotional capacity. It was a huge decision. Copy Sunwoo looked at Turka, who had already begun to develop emotions on his own. I will volunteer, Turka said suddenly. Everyone turned to him in surprise. I already feel things other Allin do not. I am willing to be the first. And who among the copies will join with him? Asked Anka. Before anyone could answer, the real Sunwoo's voice came over the communication system. I volunteer, she said. Copy Sunwoo gasped. But you're not a copy. You're the original. Exactly, the real Sunwoo replied. This is my choice to make, not yours. Within the hour, the real Sunwoo arrived on the Allin ship. The integration chamber was prepared. Are you sure about this? Copy Sunwoo asked her original self. Yes, The real Sunwoo smiled. You have your path now. This is mine. Sunwoo and Terka entered the chamber. A soft blue light surrounded them. When it faded, they both stood there, looking the same but somehow different. How do you feel? Asked Anka. Complete, Terka said, and there was new emotion in his voice. I understand now. Emotions are not weakness. They are purpose. Sunwoo nodded. And logic is not cold. It is clarity. The council was amazed. More Allin volunteered for integration, and more humans from Earth joined the program. Each pairing was unique, creating new beings with the best of both species. 3 months later, Copy Sunwoo stood on a stage at the United Nations. Beside her stood Tayo, their hands touching. Today we celebrate not just peace between our worlds, she announced, but a new understanding of what it means to be alive. In the audience, Copies sat next to their originals. Some had chosen to live on Earth, others on the Allin ships. Copy Kunki had become a teacher, helping young Allin understand emotions. The real Sunwoo and Terka had become ambassadors, spending time on both worlds. Their unique perspective helped solve problems no one else could. The Allin once called humans monsters because of our emotions. Copy Sunwoo continued. They tried to copy us to take our feelings without understanding them. But emotions cannot be stolen. They must be lived. They must be shared. She looked out at the mixed crowd, humans, copies, and Allin, all listening together. We are not monsters. We are not copies. We are not aliens. We are simply alive, each in our own way. And together, we are more than we ever could have been apart. As Copy Sunwoo finished speaking, she saw her original self smiling at her from the front row. They were no longer the same person. Each had found her own path. But they shared something important, the capacity to feel deeply. And that, in the end, had saved them all.